course, you're watching MMA Oddsbreaker. Today we got Saad Awad getting ready to do battle against Sergio Rios coming up here on October 3rd on Spike TV at Pechanga Resort Casino in Temecula, California. You just said that it's one of your favorite places to fight in, even though it's a small venue. What makes it one of your more favorite places to fight in?
First off, it's it's on my home turf, so it's always good to fight. You know what I mean, local, and it's a really nice casino. I mean, Pechanga is one of the nicest ones out here, and the venue is really small, so you can buy like a $50 ticket and walk in and still have almost like floor seats from where you're sitting because you can see from anywhere you're at.
How many friends and family come in and watch?
Ooh, a lot.
Oh, okay.
I mean, easy 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You getting bonuses for extra seats?
I think they kick us back like 10% if we sell them. You know what I mean? But a lot of people buy them last minute at the door, so I don't really see any of that anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Sergio Rios. You're 16-6. He's 8-0. He hasn't tasted that first loss yet. Obviously, you want to be the guy to give it to him. But from a guy being undefeated, what kind of problems does he propose to you?
Usually when a guy's undefeated, they have their heart. That's probably the biggest problem is their heart because nobody wants to lose when you're undefeated because you haven't tasted defeat. You don't know what it's like to lose, and that will push you harder during the fight, even if you're losing, to try to come out with the win because you don't want to lose.
Now let's talk about Sergio as a competitor. What do you see on him? Is he more of a stand-up guy, more of a ground guy? Like, how is this going to get played out?
He's more of a jiu-jitsu guy from what I know. I know he's a black belt, and he did really good. He fought my teammate last fight, and he almost armbarred him. My teammate's pretty good in jiu-jitsu, but he seems pretty well-rounded. I mean, his stand-up's okay. He's tall and lanky, so anybody that's tall and lanky could give anybody trouble. But I'm also lanky too, so it'll be interesting.
The gentleman you're talking about is Stefan Martinez, which is your teammate, correct?
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. If you break down how Sergio wins, 1 KO, 5 submissions, 2 decisions. His only KO is he caught Martinez last fight with a head kick and then put him down with punches. But that was 30 seconds into the second round.
Mm-hmm.
You work out with Martinez all the time. Did he do something wrong in that second round when he walked out, or was it a freak thing? Like what? Talk me through it a little bit.
I mean, I watched the fight, and it kind of seems like he just got caught. It was like I think it was a wild punch that started it, and then Steven went to shoot in, and then got caught with that kick. So it kind of just all shook him up, and Steven's a jiu-jitsu guy too. So it was they're playing the jiu-jitsu game, and then usually when two guys are good at one thing, it X's it out, and then they're whatever else that they're going after kind of excels. So
you have a pretty good mixture. 7 KOs, 7 submissions, 1 decision. You kind of can mix it up any way you want to. Knowing that he's that good on the ground, everybody's going to automatically think, hey, we're going to have to keep it on our feet. Saad's going to try and keep it up on their feet and use his striking to kind of win this thing. But is that really what's going to happen? I mean, I don't see you try to keep it on your feet the entire time.
To be honest, man, people might think I'm dumb for saying this, but I'm only a purple belt in traditional jiu-jitsu, but I firmly believe I'm a black belt in MMA jiu-jitsu. Like I firmly believe that. If I could throw elbows and punches on the ground and my scrambling is extremely good, I'm not afraid to hit the floor with anybody as long as I can punch them if they're doing their jiu-jitsu. Because when they're attacking their jiu-jitsu, a lot of things open up. And once somebody gets hit and they're trying to go for a knee bar, they're going to let it go. Or they're trying to reach up to set something up, they have to unblock themselves to be able to set that up. And then I could unload with either elbows or punches. And that's where I think I'll shine the most if the fight goes to the floor.
I overheard very, very early, back in like 2001, 99, right in that time frame. Easiest way to stop a guy from putting an armbar on you is punching him in the face. And the easiest way to stop a guy from punching you in the face is put an armbar on him. So now it's the game of which way is it going to happen and who gets it better and who gets it quicker. And now we've seen with the advancement of MMA as a sport that now all of a sudden you're talking about everybody knows submissions, everybody knows submission defense. So what's the real game plan? So you saying I have a black belt, you believe you have a black belt in jiu-jitsu for MMA is pretty accurate. It's pretty true because you are able to throw elbows and able to throw punches and it's going to stop a guy from catching you. But he can do the same thing to you. Are you going to be able to finish this guy out for the ground and pound? Or are you looking for that classic submission of, hey, I'm a purple belt and you're a black belt and I just broke your arm?
No, I'm not. To be honest, I'm not going to sit there and try to attack him, jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu, because obviously, he's been doing jiu-jitsu, I think, his whole life, so he'll probably be able to outpoint me there. So I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to go in there and just put my hands on him, whether it's on my feet or it's on the mat, or if I have to out wrestle him and get him tired, and then just take him out with elbows. I just plan on, beating him up and finishing him. To be honest.
Who are your training partners for this one besides Martinez? Who else have you been working out with to get ready for Rios?
My main training partner that's always been my main training partner is Georgi Karakhanyan, who I firmly believe is one of the best 45-pounders in the world. And he still, has his, there's still time for him to shine where people could, see who he really is. And he's my main one. And I also have Danny Navarro, who's one of my teammates. He's a big 55-pounder. He's, strong, good in jiu-jitsu, good wrestler, and good hands, too. So he's been helping me a lot. And I have some of the other guys at the gym. I have tall, lanky guys I work with that have been helping me out as well.
You fought back in July, at the end of July. You're fighting again at the beginning of October. How much time off did you take between the fight and the start of the next training camp?
I took a solid, I would say, a week off, and then after that, I try to take time off without taking time off, as in not doing the traditional, like, okay, you're in camp, you got to do mitts at 9 a.m., you got to be wrestling this. So I went and kind of did my own thing where I'll go run and then I'll lift weights, and I try to just mix it up a little bit so I could clear my head a little bit, because you know how it is trying to go from camp to camp. It's extremely hard, especially with little minor injuries that are annoying. You need to let them heal, and so I just kind of trained around it different ways. I kind of trained on my own schedule instead of training on what I should have been doing.
Right. Okay. And during that time off, what were you still hitting mitts and still rolling and still getting that stuff done, or did you get off the mats entirely to kind of because banging your knees and banging your elbows, even at low intensity, you're still banging your knees and banging your elbows.
Yeah, no, I took time off completely. Right after my fight, I took off to Palm Springs for about 4 days. And then after that, I trained for a couple of days, and I took off to Vegas for like a week. But when I was in Vegas, I was running and lifting. So I was out there I'd run every other day about 5-6 miles and do sprint intervals with, up and down the what's called treadmill, and just keeping my cardio up.
Where were you training when you were in Vegas?
I was just going to the 24-hour fitness. To be honest, I usually go to Mayweather's. I'll do mitts over there. I went to Extreme Couture's a couple times, and kind of did our own thing over there. Like when we went out, I don't think they're having class, so because my coaches were in town, so I just trained with them. But like when I'm taking time off, I try to stay away from the mats. I try to clear my head so I'm not like overwhelmed with all the training that I've been doing. Because you got to remember, before the last fight, I was in camp about 3 times because I had fights that were promised to me that didn't come through. So I was in camp since like December of last year, coming all the way up into my last fight. So it's kind of, I felt like I kind of overtrained and overdid it just mentally and physically. So I kind of had to, take a step back after that fight.
Well, let's not forget, you had 2 back-to-backs last year, too. You fought in February, then you fought in March, a month later, in 2013. Then you fought September, and then you fought October in 2013. So you had 2 back-to-backs last year, and then you're coming in trying to get ready for these fights that keep falling through. So now all of a sudden, then you have a 3-length training camp. You finally get a fight in, and now you're 3 months out of it. You've pretty much been in training camp for almost a year. Like you really haven't had that much of a break.
Oh yeah, last year actually it was 3 fights back to back in the beginning because it was a tournament. I went to the finals. Then I broke my
January, February. That's right, January, February, March. You fought those 3 right in a row.
Yeah, and I broke my hand, so that kind of sidelined me. And then as soon as I got cleared, I was right back in the next tournament. I fought back to back, and then I wanted to fight again because I was upset the way it ended. And they promised me one that was like 2 months later. So I was like, okay. So I trained, and then that went away. And then like, okay, you're gonna fight next month. And then finally they sent me the contract for Duarte. And then so it's kind of I haven't really stopped. So it's good because I've gone a lot better. I've gone a hell of a lot better over this past year. But it's just it's that mental strain. So I think after this one I'm probably gonna take a good couple of weeks off and just relax a little bit.
Take a little vacation. Go to Jamaica.
Yeah. I'm not getting younger though, so I can't take too much time off. I'm hitting that time where I believe I'm hitting my prime pretty soon, or I am in my prime probably. I believe so. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
All right, so thanks for coming on here with MMA Oddsbreaker. Have fun, against Sergio, and I'll definitely be at home watching it.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You got it, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See ya. Peace.